Hi beauty fam, welcome back to MikiCarrBeauty. I'm Miki Carrico, and on my channel I love to talk about luxury skincare and beauty. And today we are going to try out this new Hourglass Ambient Unlocked palette. I was able to get this Ambient Unlocked palette customized from the Hourglass website. So although I got the dragon packaging, I ended up getting the third palette, which is a Lucky Lotus. Look at that beautiful palette. And this one's marketed for the deeper complected beauties. So will it work for me? I'll do swatches and then let's get to it. Let's see if it works. But before we continue, remember to subscribe, comment, and like below. What the palette looks like. So I looked at least the website, and it's interesting. I usually consider myself medium tan, and I looked at the palettes for medium tan, and they said it should be the Evil Eye palette. Well, I saw swatches of those, and I saw one review of one person who's definitely like 1 or 2 shades lighter than me, and it showed up, but I didn't like the tones on that palette. I want the palette to show up in a certain way, and usually like cool tones and pinks don't really look good on me. What looks good on my complexion are things like beigey pinks, nudes, reds, and I just know that from what my preference is and color theory. I knew when I saw this palette I would get it. It retails $90, which is a lot, but considering I have tried an all face palette from Charlotte Tilbury in the past. She had one, I guess 2 years ago, and I tried it and I did not like it. I just, you know, I think Charlotte Tilbury, don't own very many of her products other than her lipsticks. I just am not a big fan of her overall cosmetics line, other than a few like choice cosmetics like her bronzer and her lipsticks. I only have like 2 of her eyeshadow quads, but for face palettes, I mean, this is what Hourglass is known for. So people are going nuts about this. This is the first time I've seen a palette, a face palette, that actually piqued my interest. And when I saw this, it actually did remind me of that Charlotte Tilbury palette. The difference is that Hourglass is known for creating powders and their formula of kind of like a soft focus but blurred, lit from within finish. And so I'm like, you know, let me try it again. The second reason why I haven't had Hourglass on my channel in probably since the beginning is that when I was even wearing makeup before I started my channel, for years I had the Hourglass bronzer, and I was using it like every day, and my dermatologist was like, it's probably your makeup, stop using the makeup. And we kind of investigated, and she's like, well, sometimes the ingredient here, bismuth, can cause acne. And I stopped using that Hourglass bronzer and my acne cleared up. So I am trying this to see if it really was maybe old makeup, maybe it was just at that time life things, but I'm going to give Hourglass a try again. So what I'm looking for is this tan person friendly for me, and the second thing is it's sensitive skin friendly for me. I'm acne prone, I have rosacea and eczema, so I'll let you know in first impressions. Like, I haven't gotten a reaction, but what will happen throughout the week, I'll keep using it, and it's usually within the first week if I can tell if I have a breakout, if I'm reacting to something in the ingredient list. So let me tell you a little bit about this. This is the Lucky Lotus palette. This is the deeper of the 3 choices. I do think they could have done better and done at least one more deeper, if not 2. If it can work on me, I think they could also do better on getting a deeper one. I just think of Fenty Beauty and DANESSA MYRICKS being the gold standard. It has 3 different choices of packaging. This is actually, the dragon one is for the lightest one. The second is the Evil Eye, which is like for the medium palette. And the third one is the Lucky Lotus, which is like the lotus with a blue background. And it's not that I don't like lotuses, I just didn't prefer that. If I'm going to pick the 3 that I like the best, it's definitely the dragon. Dragons are auspicious in Asian culture and I'm Asian heritage, and this is the year of the dragon. So I definitely wanted the dragon. Beautiful packaging. I actually regret it now. I think you could order the box, and I had no idea what that looked like, but I saw an Instagram post where someone got the special box packaging of maybe the Lucky Lotus, and it's a huge box. It's beautiful. And I have to admit, when I opened this package, I gasped. I was like, this is gorgeous. So beautiful, beautiful packaging. The packaging is beautiful. Look at this. And then huge mirror. So I get why people love this product. So for those of you who don't know, I'm on the website. It says Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked, $90. Multi-dimensional soft glow finish. 5 brand new shades per palette. I ended up getting the Lucky Lotus flower. And it says our highly anticipated Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palettes return, featuring 3 new limited edition artworks and 5 new ambient lighting shades to create your perfect flush and lit from within glow. And I'm going to read about the art, at least here, for the dragon. Symbolic of supernatural power, wisdom, and strength, this dragon face palette includes 1 best-selling shade of finishing powder. And it says 1 best-selling finishing powder, which would probably be, then the finishing powder is this one here. And then 5 brand new shades of blush, bronzer, and highlighter to diffuse, enhance, and add glow to the complexion. With that out of the way, let's do the demo. I have my base on already. I just curled my eyelashes and that's it. I just have Lisa Eldridge and powder on my face and concealer under my eyes. Open this for you here. Beautiful packaging. And this is the first time I've gotten an unlocked palette. So this is the packaging. Look at this beautiful gold. And it matches my Chanel nail polish that I just recently did a review on. So this is the Dragon palette. So that is the deepest one. I do think they could have gone deeper. So this here is a new shade. It says it's a gilded strobe light, a strobe powder, a highlight maybe. Then we have New Desert. This is also New Desert Flush Blush. Love that shade. This is Eternal Light, the finishing powder. And this is definitely more of my shade. You can see compared to my hand and my face. It might be a smidge dark, but the medium palette, or what was called the Evil Eye palette, it looked way too light for me. Okay, and then we have here Bronze Heat, which is the bronzer. That's also new. Then we have a new blush shade. This is called Red O. And also a new Radiant Rose Strobe Light. So I think these are kind of like highlighters, I would guess. That makes sense. 2 highlighters, 2 blush, a bronzer, and then a finishing powder. Using my swirl hair brushes, SURRAT. And because what I remember of, this is an angled SURRAT brush, what I remember of Hourglass is that these are pretty pigmented. These 2 on one side and then these 2 on the other, and then do bronzer and then a finishing powder. So let's start with the lighter shade. This is Desert Flush. Okay, and then tap off a little bit. And again, I have no product on other than foundation and some powder. Yeah, I'm glad I went with a swirl hair brush. So these are pretty pigmented, really pretty so far. Beautiful. It's a really beautiful shade. It's kind of my shade. It's more of a brownie rose nude for my skin tone, but there's like a hint of pink in there. Pink or peach. Really pretty. And I'm mostly putting it back here. And I might be over blushing, but I want you to be able to see the product. Okay, that is so pretty. Desert Flush. Beautiful. Okay, so for the other side, we'll go into Red O, the other blush at the bottom. And then again, taking a swirl hair brush. I don't know the name of this. This was part of a Fluide Beauty giveaway or pack. And that's very pigmented. So what I'm gonna do, when we have pigmented blushes, you want to just tap it first, and then any residual you'll build up. It's easier to build up than take away. Yes, this will be a really beautiful color for deeper complected beauties. It's very pigmented. This reminds me of a Chanel shade. Nice. This is a very nice fall color, this one. I do wish it was a little bit more warmth on there, but that's okay. I think it'll come together with the bronzer. Okay, so this is Desert Flush over here and Red O over here. Definitely red. So I was happy to see that there's, and this is me going in light, so I think if you're probably, I'm gonna say tan deep, this will probably show up on you, at least this one. I can't say for sure this one. I know this can be built up because look how pigmented this is. That's this one. Super pretty. And let me do a swatch of the other one. This is Desert Flush. I think this is lighter. This will definitely show up on me, and this will be nicer if you have a deeper skin tone. Okay. In real life, this looks really, really bright, but I just want to be able to show you in this video. Those are the blushes. Now I'm gonna go into, what are they called? The strobe lights. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the Gilded strobe light here and just grab a Spectrum Katie Jane Hues, and then going in really lightly with this one because it's pretty pigmented from what I've seen, at least my swatches. Try to stay away from here for my highlighter because that's where my texture is, so I'm just gonna go up here. It's very pretty. I'm just not really used to having that beaming of a highlight, but boy is she pretty. And those go really well together. I do feel like I want to blend that a little bit, so I'm just taking the initial blush I had and I want to kind of blend it together. Okay, so it's those two shades together. The Desert Flush and Gilded Strobe Light. Okay, so let's go on to the other side. This is Radiant Rose Strobe Light, and then let me clean my Sonia G brush. This is a Detail Pro and Squirrel Hair, and I'm just going in ever so lightly because this is also very pigmented, which is a good sign. I already have a natural highlight. I don't have any extra stuff. This is just me because I have pretty healthy skin. Skincare, number one for sure. If you have great skincare and great base, all your makeup's gonna look just great afterwards. So this is the Rose Radiant one. Okay, so Desert Flush and then Red O with a corresponding highlighter. I think I'd wear this one, the deeper one, more if I was like wearing a red outfit or into an evening look, which is happening because we're getting to the darker season. So I would definitely use this at a holiday party or evening, and this is like daytime. So you could definitely bring this palette with you to work or on the go, and then kind of just add these deeper tones, these richer tones for an evening look. Or if you're definitely deeper than me, I'm gonna guess this is gonna look really great on you. Okay, so I'm taking a CHOUGLASS Z8 brush. This is a squirrel hair brush. I'm just cleaning it off. And I'm going into this new shade below. This is the bronzer. This is Bronze Heat. And let me just do a really quick swatch for you. Nice. Okay, so just cleaning off this CHOUGLASS Z8 brush and just rolling it in. If you're learning makeup still, the easiest cheat is just to do like an E, like this. So that's that side with bronzer, without bronzer, with bronzer. Yeah, this is really pretty. This is a really nice formula. Again, just taking that same bronzer and just dipping the brush in there. And this is more and more troubled side. You can see I have more acne scarring. I had to like be careful about putting too much product on there. I'll fix that in a little bit. I'm really curious. I want to see what this bronzer does in my crease. And this is always a good thing to test if it can be used as makeup on the eyes too. And then I can also see what kind of brown it is. So this is a quick fix of like, if you just want one palette to do all your makeup, you can definitely use this as a face palette, and so I'm just taking that bronzer and a squirrel hair brush again. And I love squirrel hair brushes just because they're pretty delicate on the face of someone who has sensitive skin, which is someone like me. It really is a pretty color. So the bronzer on top, and then you can see how it just opens up my eyes. It gives me more of a look a little bit more put together. Nice. And I'm actually going to, oh, I'm really so curious about this finishing powder. I think this might add a little bit too much color to my face, but we'll see. What I want to do is actually take some of it. I'm doing things all a little in reverse. Taking a Chikuhoda eye brush and using that finishing powder. And I want to add this to my eyes. I want to see first what it looks like before I put it all over my face. Nice. Yeah, there's definitely like a luminosity to this powder. You can see it. It's almost like micro pigments, but not shiny like Tin Man. It's definitely more, it's less warm, it's more neutral. Okay, so that's the eyes, and if you want to zhuzh it up even more, I'm just cleaning up the brush, you go into this is like a strobe light color, and you can just put it right, pop in the middle to center of your eyes. See how that just kind of easy. Just taking another brush. I'm just basically taking all the brushes I have that are clean. I'm just taking actually a combination of these two and just running it underneath. And if you want a little more impact, you can definitely just take your finger and use your fingers. I've definitely done my makeup in the car with fingers, and when I didn't have brushes, I always remember to go back in and blend. Okay, so those are the eyes, and the blush is really pretty because I think this is definitely made for someone that's a deeper complected than me, which is a good thing. I'm taking a Sonia G Smooth Buffer brush, and then I'm going to go into this shade here. And before I put it on, what I want to do is actually put it on my hand to see what it looks like. Okay, so it does lay down a little bit of pigment. And I'm just gonna really brush it across my face really lightly and see. Okay, so it did add a little color, but I'm not mad about it. And if you go overboard here, the quick fix is to take your powder and just buff it underneath to make more of a clean demarcation. And actually buffing out the edges. This is a little bit too red for me, so I'm just kind of going over the product to buff it out to make the look a little bit more seamless. Okay, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest of my eye makeup and then come back. Okay, so I'm back with my finished look. I finished with tight lining with a Wayne Goss kohl pencil. I believe this is a color Granite. I love kohl pencils because you can just really tight line easily. And then just finishing with a wing with SURRAT liquid liner and Bruin. This is like my most used pen in my entire collection. And then I finished with my most recent procurement. This is the HERMES Fall Lipstick. They came out with 3 colors in this. This is the shade Rouge Nappa. They said it's more like a burgundy wine, but there's a hint of brown in there for me. And depending on what I'm wearing, it can look more pink or red or burgundy, or sometimes even like today it's pulling a little bit like a little bit orange, but it goes with this look. This is why I love this color, because it's pretty versatile. It's like, this is a beautiful red that can just really traverse a lot of different shades. It's a great fall color. Okay, so that's what's on my lips. I overlined a little bit with Lisa Eldridge Sorcery. So let me get in a little bit closer so you can see. And just so you know, these are actually my birthmarks here. Sometimes some people are like, what is that on your face? I'm like, those are actually my moles. Okay, so I went in really lightly because I like to do realistic makeup. Just so you know, like some people are YouTubers that really overemphasize and do a lot of, like, they put it on a lot. I just don't do my makeup that way. That's just not my aesthetic. I am always going to try to film my makeup application of what I would actually really wear in real life. So this is how I would wear my makeup in real life. So just so you know, I dialed this back with this palette. You can definitely go in much more pigmented than I did, but this is just me being realistic of how I'm going to use the palette. I would definitely say I have a soft glow. Wouldn't you say? I mean, I don't have any filter on. This is definitely a lit from within kind of look. It's really, really pretty. It's really pretty. I get why people love these palettes now. And it's a perfect flush and lit from within glow. I would say it's a perfect flush. It definitely enlivens my face. It looks healthy. For me, I actually do have more of a natural glow, so that's something I'm not always looking for, but I can see why people love this. I can see why people love Hourglass. There is this, it's in their formula where it does create this kind of light reflective quality without looking like a Tin Man. Like, I am so not into that look, so I will be the first one to tell you if I look shiny, I will like definitely not like the product. What I'm seeing with this product, it just looks like I have really, really healthy looking skin, especially this side. This is beautiful. I actually want to put a little bit more bronzer. I'm just taking that Chikuhodo brush because I love bronzer. Look how beautiful that is. I love this side more just because these are shades here. This one's peaches and more nudes that I gravitate for. This I won't use as much, but I'll probably use it during the holiday season or for an event, or if I'm wearing something like maroon or red, that's for sure. Let me just go into this red a little bit more. It is super pigmented. Look how pigmented that is, and that's a good thing. And the reason why I just shy away from reds is that I have rosacea, so if you have rosacea, you know what I'm talking about. I definitely look healthy and glowy, so I like this look, but it don't look shiny. So again, it got a little too much up there, so I'm just gonna go ahead. If you ever put too much makeup on, you just take a buffer brush or just take any clean brush and buff out the product more in the edges. Okay, so first impressions, I really like this Unlocked palette. Time will tell. So what I'm gonna do is test this for a week, and then when I have more like time to play with it, or if I have any good or bad thoughts about it, I will pin the comment below. This is what I'll tell you what I'm going to look for. Number one, if I use the palette, like if I'm going to reach for it and how versatile it is if I'm having a reaction to this palette. And usually because I'm so sensitive, my skin is so sensitive, usually within the first trying of the product, within the first 2-3 days, I will get acne. So I will not try anything else but besides this palette on my face. And if I have a breakout, I will let you know, because then it'll be likely some ingredient in the Hourglass palette. So yeah, just first impressions, really, really beautiful. What do you think? And I even like that I can use this on my eyes. It's very a simple look. Okay, all right, tell me, beauty fam, if you tried any of these Ambient Unlocked palettes, which one you got. And I am excited to post this and edit, because now I can see if there are other beauties with my complexion or deeper, if this actually works. I'm really curious. Let me know, tag me below of like who I should check out, whose reviews. Let me know if you think this is a good palette for me. I like it for somebody who's like medium tan, especially this side. It's kind of like keeping my summer glow, which I love, and this one is a fun one, especially go into the holiday season. And okay, let me know what you think, beauty fam. I hope that was helpful. Remember to subscribe, comment, and like below. Helps me out, engagement on my channel. And then as always, please be very kind with yourself and others, beauty fam. Until the next video, take good care. Bye.